Welcome, welcome. Joining us here today is Richard III, our king who is preparing for battle against Richmond.
Now, Richard, you have won a battle before with the War of the Roses. How did you feel after winning that?
Today was a good day.
But you had other feelings about yourself, didn't you?
I don't love who I am, so I'm working on the fix.
And why is that?
Have you ever been hated or discriminated against? I have.
What would you define yourself becoming?
Definition supervillain, a killer.
And also become king, you did many things to get where you are today, starting with imprisoning your brother Clarence. How did you manage to do that?
False prophet depicted in the King.
And after, you killed King Henry VI and Edward, husband to Lady Anne. What were your plans with her?
You managed to be with her, but putting that aside, what do you think she feels about you?
I think she hates me deep down. I know she does.
Let's bring the queens out. Queen Elizabeth, what were your thoughts on Richard?
'Cause I knew you were trouble when you walked in.
Now, Queen Margaret, you took a different approach and went on to curse nearly everyone in the castle. Why was this?
Thanks for that, Queen Margaret. Now back to the topics of prophecies. Let's bring in the ghost of Clarence. Clarence, how did you feel about Richard's betrayal and being imprisoned because of a prophecy?
Got a family that loves me and wants me to do right, but instead I'm here locked up. They won't let me out. They won't let me out.
And when you were locked up, what happened to you?
At night I can't sleep. I toss and turn.
Why can't you sleep?
Nightmares of a thief come and taking my life.
And after your dreams, that's when the messengers came in. Let's bring them in as well. What were your thoughts on this task, guys?
I'm ready to get this paper, G. You with me?
Now Clarence, you almost convinced them not to kill you. What did you tell them?
Money can't sell your soul, but they go.
And Richard, why did you think you would get away with all these murders?
Who gon' stop me, huh?
Let's bring in your mother and see what she has to say about you. Is there anything you would like to say about your son, madam?
He's a problem child.
Now, you felt this disconnection when she was blessing you. And after all this, how did you feel about it?
Forgive me for my disrespect, forgive me for my lies.
Even after all these people you got out of the way, you still had the prince. Let's bring his ghost in. Prince Edward, what did you want to do?
When I grow up, I wanna be famous, I wanna be soft.
But your Uncle Richard did not allow this. Did you know Lord Hastings was a person that wanted to protect you? Let's bring him in. Hastings, how did you feel about Richard framing you and cutting your head off?
I guess I was betrayed.
I thought you were my friend.
And he went about it in a certain way, due to the fact you and King Edward had something in common. What was that?
That we've been messing with us. Same girl.
You were supposed to confess earlier that day. What were your thoughts?
I make it to the pearly gates today. My name is John.
Richard, because of situations like this, people say bad things about you. Can you tell us what they are?
They say I'm too fake.
But only a few people say it to your face. People fear you. So what do those people tell you?
Even if it's a lie, they say everything is great.
Now, Queen Margaret and Elizabeth, you both had an exchange of words about Richard. What were they?
He's the only one to blame, and the only one who knows how low he must go to win back his soul.
Margaret, you even taught Elizabeth how to curse. But what did you say after that was done?
Richard, after, you tried talking Queen Elizabeth into giving you her daughter. Queen, how did you regard your daughter?
This is the part of me that you're never gonna ever take away from me.
Even though Elizabeth was against it, you kept trying to marry her daughter. What were your thoughts?
One way or another, I'm gonna find you. I'm gonna get you one way or another. I'm gonna win you. I'm gonna get you.
Now, Buckingham had been on your side through all of this. Let's bring him in, shall we? Buckingham, how did you feel when Richard ignored your request to pay his dues?
I used to trust before I knew that there was a difference between what you say and what you do.
Any other thoughts?
What's a king to a guy? What's a guy to a non-believer who don't believe in anything?
And Margaret, you warned him about this, didn't you? What did you tell him?
Day comes and he's through with you, and he'll be through with you. You'll die together but alone.
And now, let's get into the most important topic of the day, today's upcoming war. Richard, how did you feel when you found out about Richmond coming for you with an army?
For me, and my team will blow that team out of the category.
And what about when approaching battle?
'Cause I can smell trouble coming my way.
I know you had visits by some of the people in this room today in your sleep, but little did you know, so did Richmond. Let's bring him in, shall we? And see what his thoughts are on the battle and these visitations he received. Richmond, did these visits make you feel any certain way?
I got angels watching over me.
And after your visits, you had an epiphany, right, Richard? What were your thoughts during this?
And how do you feel right now going into battle?
It's a life or death situation, man. Y'all don't really understand how I feel right now, man.
Well, thanks everyone for coming out and giving us your word. Now it's time for battle. We will tune back in with our audience as soon as the battle is over. Good luck to all.
Welcome back! Now that the battle is over, we have a new winner, Richmond. Who would have thought? Richmond, how does it feel?
I've got sunshine on a cloudy day.
Well, congratulations on your victory. And all of this controversy was brought upon what, Richmond?
Revelations, hatred, love and war and more.
Well, that is all the time we have today. Thanks for joining us. Tune in next time for the Heart of Darkness interview.
Ground, you wanna be one of them.